My name's Angelica Dent. I feel the policy for school uniforms needs to be taken away from public schools. I feel this way because of the added cost that comes with the uniforms and the lack of proof that uniforms help a child succeed and that it lessens the violence in school. I will give information from both sides, for and against, then provide my opinions with facts and offer suggestions on how to help kids achieve without making them dress a certain way. Arguments for uniform are they're supposed to curb gang affiliation. They don't want inappropriate clothing. They don't want slogans for alcohol and/or tobacco and/or racism. They stop a child from wearing gang colors, provocative clothing, political attire, and for or against racism. They prevent stealing of peers' clothes, the Nike Jordan shoes or the Abercrombie jacket or a Nike hat or something like that, name brand stuff. They say that someone gets hurt for one's clothing. President Clinton had said that we're killing each other over designer jackets. The students are. Another reason for uniforms are students can be easily identified in case of an intruder in or around the school. The crime rate within a school is lower, the attendance higher. They say the lower cost of clothing. The school provides one free uniform for families that need them. And this would be a pair of pants, a pair of shorts, and a polo shirt. That would be your free uniform. They say that it also helps reduce a child being singled out from his clothes. My reasons against a uniform are there's no self-expression. You are forced to wear this outfit and that's it. I feel there's an unnecessary expense for these uniforms because first of all you have to buy your uniform, which includes your shirt, your pants, your shoes. They have to be the black dress shoes. Then you have to buy the undershirt. Then there's also the belt. There's the school uniform. Then you have to have your after-school clothes because certainly you're not going to let your child go out and ruin the nice clothes that you just went out and bought them. So now you have to buy a shirt, a pair of pants and/or shorts, and another pair of shoes because you don't want your child going out in his dress shoes. I don't feel that this will prevent the formation of gangs because they're going to join a gang no matter what they wear. They can still express their political racism in many other ways. There's not just the clothes. I feel that they're teaching conformity, and I don't feel that it's a way to prevent conflict. Another thing is, it's only in elementary schools. Most of the middle school and high schools do not have uniforms, and that is because of the resentment from the older kids. So the younger kids, they just go along with whatever. The kids are excluded on learning decisions, making skills. I feel that it's teaching kids to base opinion of person based on how they are dressed, which is bias and discrimination. There's many different studies. Most are done with or at private or Catholic schools and not public schools. The Catholic schools perform worse than public schools. There's no significant difference between test scores between uniform and non-uniform schools. However, non-uniform schools tend to score higher in 3 out of the 5 tests. Violence is still increasing in schools with uniforms. There's little difference in attendance. The schools with uniforms have more fights in them. The schools without uniforms, there's more disruption, violations. However, there is no data to say whether it's the same student or different student causing issues. The impact on kids with uniforms have more behavior problems. They score lower on self-worth assessments. The younger students react more positively to uniform policy than middle and high school students. The positive outcomes mostly related to females and not males. Parental involvement positively associated with achievement. Teachers and/or adults perceive kids differently in uniform, therefore creating a biased opinion on how smart they are or aren't. I feel there should be a dress code in place. I don't think uniforms are affixed to a broken school district. Uniforms add expense to families that can barely manage as it is. Not only do you have to buy the uniform, now you have to buy the outside clothes that you want your kids to play in. With the added clothes being worn, there is also added cost to that. There's the laundry soap, there's the electricity, the water, and you have to come up with more places to put all of these clothes. I have personal experiences with these uniforms. I don't know about you, but I think my child would want to wear more than one pair of pants and 2 shirts a week. So you would have to go out and buy more uniforms anyway. I feel as a parent, we should stand up and take a stand on their education. The parental involvement plays a big role in this. 86% of the general public believes that support from the parents is the most important way to improve schools. The lack of involvement is the biggest problem facing schools. When parents are involved, there's higher grades, better attendance, increased motivation, better self-esteem, lower rates of suspension, decreased use of alcohol and/or drugs, and fewer instances of violent behavior. The most effective forms of involvement are parents working directly with kids on learning activities at home. I think that when you're at your child's school, your child is not going to start fights. He's not going to become a bully. He's not going to do certain things that he would do if you're not there. So if you were at school with the parental involvement, I think that would cut down on a lot. There's significant data to support this fact that parent involvement alone raises test scores, enhances self-esteem, raises attendance, and the instances of violence decreases when a child knows that mom or dad is right down the corner down the hallway instead of sitting at home. I will leave you with George Washington once said, "Do not conceive that fine clothes make a fine man any more than fine feathers make fine birds."